3-point lead. Here's Harris.
Not as much success from behind the arc right now. I'd expect them to try to work the ball inside a little bit. I mean, it's one thing to knock down threes, but when they're not falling, I think you've got to go inside a little more as the game goes on.
For Denver, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. No good on that one.
You know, the Nuggets could create their offense, but they still would have trouble knocking down the shots. Just didn't have a lot of dead-eye laser shooters. Every field goal attempt with them was an adventure.
Nuggets did have their problems on the offensive end, too, something that's rare for them, hitting the open shot and the mid-range shot and beyond being one of them.
You know, Kevin, how about being last in the league in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage? I mean, got a good amount of looks that way, but really struggled shooting only 34% in those situations.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The pull-up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater. And that'll do it for the first half. Game tied. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. We've got Will Barton, Wilson Chandler out there with Arthur. Then there's DJ Augustine, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Cavaliers trailing. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And for the Nuggets, they're shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. That's good. Augustine's got his first points of the game. James, the pass to Irving. Smith dishes to Irving. Cleveland moving it around. Mozgov kicks to James. Chandler with the defensive effort. The Nuggets leading by 4. Arthur. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Out to the right wing. It's a pick by Love. Smith the pass to Mozgov. Shot to stop the run. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's Love.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
A different look for Denver. Fareed's checked in for Arthur. Molinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. And it's Moutier in for Augustine. The Cavaliers trail by 10. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Barton kicks to Gallinari. And another miss by Denver.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And here we go. Got a hand on it. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. And the dunk by Fareed.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. To pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Shumpert, who's checked in for Cleveland. And Denver also making a switch. Harris is checked in for Will Barton. Dellavedova dishes to Mozgov. And it's Shumpert penetrating. He's off from 17 feet.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Dellavedova kicks to Smith. It's stolen by Harris. Now here's Moutier. Tight defense on him. Out to Gallinari. Off target from three-point range.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Moutier, no good.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse. Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Dellavedova, the pass to Smith. Again, the miss by Smith. The Nuggets now on offense. Huge run right now for him, going 19-2.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
And it's Smith again missing. The Nuggets leading by 17. Moutier kicks to Harris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love.
And you know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Shot on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Moutier. He's got 9. Over to the wing. Here's Jokic. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Thompson is out there with Channing Frye. And it's LeBron in the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And it's Smith missing.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
He feeds it to Frye. The 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Moutier's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Fareed. And Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. You know, offensively, they're looking much sharper here in the second half. The turnovers and miscues are down, and I think they're getting quality shots as well.
Gallinari against James. Moutier, no good.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
Irving dishes to James. Thompson against Harris. Stolen by Fareed. Fast break, here we go. And slam dunk by Harris.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, you know, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Love comes in for Channing Frye. The Nuggets leading by 16. All alone. Will not go. This is off the front iron. James with it. Now Chandler defending. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Here's Augustine. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Outside Irving. Pass to Smith. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And that one's good, Barton.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Nurkic with the steal. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet?